So the hot seat of the month is where we take somebody's funnel, ad, business, operations, CRM, email script, whatever, and we bring them live and in person, and we work with them to help them out on their process. So we all get to learn just by watching one person get the help, and no doubt you guys are learning a lot just by us dissecting that ad, right? So, by the way, just to confirm, give me one word to describe what you thought about us taking 5 minutes to dissect that ad. I just want to hear one word that describes how you feel about us having deconstructed a high converting ad that generated $5,000 for $100. Great, helpful, useful, love it, helpful, fantastic, informative, surprising. Yeah, it was surprising, right, Karen? Very helpful, good stuff, thumbs up. Okay, guys, good. All right, this is the kind of stuff that we want to be giving you, the stuff on the front line. So we want to see you take that information and go out there and apply to make a difference for yourself. We are on your side. We got your back. All right, we're going to jump here to our hot seat of the month, and that's going to be for our friend Steven. Man, if there's one guy who is grinding it out there, it's Steven. From the day he joined, he's been posting, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? I've been taking this. Do you have a suggestion for that? I mean, this guy is maxing the value of this program, and we're so glad to have him here. So, Steven, I'm going to bring you up here. All right, I'm going to jump to the attendees and find our friend Steven. And I'm not going to say your last name because I don't know if it's Bean, Benny, Benet. My name has been messed up so many times. Here we go. Oh, wait. Let's see. Steve, you're self-mute. Okay. Can you say hi? Hello, Steven. Can you say hi? Steven, Benny, say hello. Hello? I can see Steven's mic is unmuted, but we can't hear him for some reason. Steven, I'm going to leave you unmuted, but if you can say hello or something, this will be much more impactful for you. I'm going to invite another one of our coaches, Michael Mahoney, to come on the line with me right now. Mike, if you want to come on and say hi with your webcam, and then Adam and Ben. So the four of us are going to launch into helping Steven with his funnel. So here's where Steven's at, right? There's two components of his funnel, and he took the course How to Create an $80,000 a Month Marketing Funnel inside of Advisorist, and he's working on his landing page, and he's working on the strategy session application page, which I'll show you guys in just a minute. So here's where we're at. Steven has created this landing page, and he wants to generate traffic from this and then eventually get people over into a strategy session and a phone appointment. So this is kind of his lead magnet before he starts running ads. So Michael, I'm going to let you kind of take a stab at this first. And what are some suggestions or comments you might have on Steven's landing page?
Sure. Well, the main call to action, the CTA, I always judge it by, does it emotionally get me, right? Does it make me want to take action, even if I don't understand it? That's important. I don't have to understand it. I just have to react to it. My concern with this page is that I find the sub-bullet points very valuable. How to mitigate the impact of negative investment returns on your portfolio. Wealthfront, all the robo-advisors are pitching this all the time, right? Here's tax loss harvesting and how we use it to make you positive returns over time. The headline to me, I can't get emotional about it because I don't understand what the proof would do to, is it going to make me more money or less money? 10.4% return. I don't even know what my return is because I'm a somewhat ignorant consumer relative to financial advisors. I would like to see a call to action, a CTA that's a lot more pedestrian. 5 simple tricks to triple your income by the time you retire, even if you lose money. Right? Just something that anybody can get behind, and then you go into the bullet points. So I like the layout. It looks extremely professional. I love the social proof. I love the headshots. I love the 100% free. My concern is the call to action. I think you need to make it something that appeals to everybody.
Outstanding. Appreciate that. What about you, Ben?
I love it, man. So I like pictures. I like pictures. You know, I like to see a human face, right? Like a connection there. I think for me that's missing. You could, you know, if there's a video, maybe with some more personalization. I think I think it's just the personalization for me.
So you like the fact that he's got headshots here?
Yes, but I'd like to see more personalization than that. Almost like that Facebook ad where you've got the ideal, like someone's connecting with that couple sitting on that couch, right? Like there's just so much more connection when you see because the difference there though is like this page is, these are two guys in suits, no disrespect. It's just, this is not the end consumer is not necessarily going to relate to those two guys, their headshots. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, Stephen, are you with us now?
Yeah, I think so. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
There we are.
Awesome, guys. Sorry about that. That was my fault. Had some glitches. I was on my phone, but regardless, I heard everything. Yeah.
I sent you a webcam request. If you can turn it on, if you're comfortable. If not, that's okay too.
Yeah, I am trying to see if I could do this.
Okay. While you handle that, we'll see your face pop up if it works. I'd like to get Adam to chime in on this.
Yeah, well, whenever I look at a landing page, it's always helpful to have the additional context, specifically like where this traffic's coming from, like what the ad looked like and what the message and the hook was there. Because one thing that I found almost makes more difference than anything else is congruency, right? So like if you think back to the ad we just showed, what I like to do with landing pages is pretty much restate exactly the same value proposition and hook. Even try to incorporate the image from the ad if you can, because that congruency then, it's like, think about it, they click on the ad and then it's like if they're seeing a lot of things that are congruent, it's almost like you're building on the momentum from the click, and that's going to make it more likely that the page will convert. So that's something I would be thinking about all the time is look at the ad that's driving the click to this landing page and try to make as much as possible make the landing page congruent.
Yeah, that's a really good point, the congruency. All right, Stephen, I think we see a webcam, but it's pointing at the ceiling,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if I could get. I would. It's the table. It's the back, not the front. So just turn this off.
Like your laptop is open like this and it's looking out that way, right?
Right at the table. It's oh God.
That's okay. No big deal. You can flip that in the GoToWebinar settings. I feel like we're giving everybody a good education on how to have virtual meetings as well.
Yeah,
So that's good.
That's funny.
Because I know you want to get people on camera with you when you sell these deals virtually. So that's good. It's okay. Take your time, man. Don't stress. We're still going to do our thing here.
If I could interrupt, I do want to make sure that the negative things always become positive takeaways. So to Adam's point, Stephen, reiterate where the traffic's coming from, right? So if I had to write a title off the top of my head, assuming it's coming from Facebook, read this quick tip that's saving Facebook users thousands by the time they retire, even if they're currently losing money on investments. Right, okay. So just make sure that you mention the traffic source in there, LinkedIn users, Facebook users, whatever it is. And to Ben's point about putting more social proof behind the images of yourself and your business partner there, 2 or 3 sentences of social proof below that should do it. Right below it says financial advisor for you. I have helped save $630,000. I've helped over 3,000 retirees save over $630,000 in the last 2 years. Ask me how. Right? Just something short, sweet. You want to know scope of impact and responsibility. 2 sentences. That should do it. Because I look at the pictures. I'm like, yes, nice guys. I read the sentences. I say, wow, those are nice guys and they're helpful. I'm totally downloading this guide.
That's genius. Yep.
Yep.
I would do another one. Can I jump in and throw here's an idea. This isn't free, but you guys are probably familiar with useproof.com. So that's check that out, Stephen, because that's a quick way to add a widget to this page, and it shows how many people. It shows in real time. Oh, so and so from this city downloaded the guide just now, or 80 people have looked at this page this month, something like that. That's another quick way to just add a widget. Maybe you don't want to add testimonials, or maybe you got some compliance issues. I don't think there's an issue with you showing a widget in real time that shows, a lot of big websites use this, but that shows, how many people are downloading, or, oh, wow, I'm not the only one getting this. I better get it.
Got it. Okay. That's smart.
Yeah. So, hey, there he is.
Yeah, there he is.
There we go.
You figured out how to use a webcam. Awesome, man.
Winning.
Winning. Hashtag winning on Advisorist Power Hour. So a couple of things you are doing right. First, let me just give you a massive kudos for doing this, okay? I can't tell you the amount of people who jump into Advisorist or a coaching program. Yeah, I want to have one of those cool funnels that all those other people have. And then they get in, they don't do jack. And then you've just been hustling, man. So we really appreciate you for, having that metal inside of you and just grinding it out. We know it's not fun. We know it's challenging. You probably spend 5 hours trying to just figure out that headline, and then we destroyed it in 3 seconds. That's okay. We've all been through that, okay? And we've all wasted millions of dollars collectively between us, trying to figure out what works. So we're trying to shortcut, all of that pain for you. But a couple of things you are doing right is you're only asking for a little bit of information. That's key. Don't ever drive people to this page where you got to ask 30 questions to if it's just the first level of commitment. Again, it's all about asking for micro commitments and not asking people to marry you on the first date. I also like the fact that you had a visual of your lead magnet. So having a visual has been proven to increase conversion on landing pages where you almost show them a little picture of that thing that you're going to give them. Works really well. But was that a Fiverr job, by the way?
Yeah, it was, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good. But for everybody who's scared about how did he do that, tell them how you did that.
Fiverr.com. Literally, it's as easy as Jeremiah has talked about. You go on. I think I searched lead magnet, and this was in the beginning of me getting into all this stuff, and I got the quote. I think it was like $100, $90, and it came out perfect. And the other thing is too, with one thing you said is there's unlimited revision. So to your guys' point, changing the headlines, I'm going back. I'm going to re-listen to this, and then I take my notes, but go back and say, hey, buddy, remember you mentioned unlimited revisions? Can I get some of them? I got a couple pieces I want to revise. So yeah, it's simple. Just Fiverr.com or get the app.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, let's move on to the second part of your funnel, and let's take a look at that. Now, for those, just some context for everybody is that Stephen, you're modeling the training, the $80,000 a month funnel, which is a funnel that I deconstructed in the members area. You can go and take a look at it. It's almost an hour and a half long where I deconstruct a funnel that one woman is using to generate $80K a month. And it's a Facebook ad to lead magnet, which is what we just talked about. And then there's nurturing, which you don't see in between what Stephen is doing here, but there's nurturing emails that builds credibility and authority, and then an invite to have a strategy session. What you're looking at on this page is the strategy session application. Now, this is just a short clip of that, and I'm going to just drag over here the actual page just to show you what this is. It's a 3-minute video where Stephen is talking about how he's helped other people. It's not like, hey, listen to how awesome I am and how many people I've helped. It's like, hey, I've helped somebody like this. Does that sound like you? I've helped somebody like this. Does that sound like you? And how many takes did that take, Stephen?
Yeah, it took my whole Saturday afternoon. I'll put it to you that way. Yeah.
Okay, but man, you are smooth in that. You weren't sweating the beat. And then he has this survey, which is powered by, what did you use to power this?
ClickFunnels, is that what you mean? Like what?
This, yeah. Is this a ClickFunnels survey?
Yeah. So through ClickFunnels, you create the page and create the surveys within the page.
Yeah. Now here's the thing, right? For everybody on the line, never ever send cold traffic to something like this because you're asking for way too much information without any credibility whatsoever. What you're trying to do is build massive amounts of authority, trust, and connection with somebody, literally trust stacking, so that when they reach out to you, they're okay to give you all this information. And this is how we build our business on the high-level platinum side. This is how so many other people do it, but this is your first one. So, in terms of that, Stephen, I think you followed the model to the T. I just believe that the one thing that you don't have yet, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is how you build trust with somebody from the time they download your report. Is that right?
That's exactly right.
Okay. So I would like to offer, so we're just going to do a little bit of, we don't have much time to jump too much into this, but I'm going to share something. Ben or Michael or Adam, if you guys have something you want to share in the meantime, go ahead. I'm going to bring something up.
Stephen, do you know what the conversion rate on this page is approximately?
I know. So I just created it. I haven't even kind of run anything to it. I have that lead magnet on my webpage. I don't get really much out of it. So no, I don't. And it hasn't run live.
Okay. The one thing I would say is once you start running it, test 2 variants. And it could just be a guess, right? It could be 2 separate videos, but it has to be something drastic. Right, so one might be collecting all this information, and your next variant might be collecting only 5 or 6 fields, right? Because as Jeremiah says, and I'm in agreement, I've wasted millions of dollars adding other fields. Test something that's a lot shorter. So even if you don't have a lot of traffic, from day one, always be testing 2 things opposite each other. That way you're learning. Let's say the conversion stinks. Well, one of them has to be better, right? So if you have 2 things running at the same time, you're always going to be getting better.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
I want to echo that too, like always be split testing. And I'd say in looking at this page, one thing, can you hear me by the way?
Yep.
Yes.
That I might want to split test right away is in looking at that, there's no headline above the video. I mean, I think in cases where I've used this type of a funnel, like a bridge video, I like to have a headline at top. You're kind of just something that's congruent, with the whole funnel that's sort of stating the reason they should watch the video basically. And you promised to deliver them something, so you could even say, hey, that thing is on its way to your inbox, but before you go, watch this quick video to learn how to blah, 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 That might be something you could test on an alternate version of this page.
Adam, you hit the nail on the head. That the page at the top needs confirmation that what I promised you is on its way, and then transition. How does what's below relate to what I'm sending you? Your video's on the way. Not sure I can help you. Read below and see if you're one of the types of 4 people that I've built a business helping.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
my only comment, guys, that's really good stuff, Stephen. And the next thing I would just, my feelings on this is that form, just as a consumer, I just gave you my name and email, and for a report, just seeing that form is like, oh, yeah, I got to fill out all this stuff now. But if you could, what I would like to see here, what I would do is have a clickable link. Let them click something that either expands the form or takes them to this form on another page. You know what I mean? Like, so you want that video to be watched. You want them to have that confirmation that that report is going to get emailed. They need to go check their inbox. But like, don't have that form just sit there static like that. Make it a little button that has a call to action that says, if you watch the video above and you're ready to, take this a step further, click here to book a time with us now. Boom. Then they go to another page or it expands. You should seriously check out Typeform. You've probably seen that where it populates one field at a time. And those conversion rates can be way higher than, this just long, static, scary form that looks like a healthcare application or something.
Right.
I'd probably try to, just like another bridge call to action button or something that leads into that bigger form.
Okay. So it would go to another page? Is that what you're trying to say? Or
you could do that, or you could just use like a type form.
Where it expands.
Yeah, like so when they click, if you just go to typeform.com,
Yeah, okay.
Let's get that link in here. Oh, thank you, Jeremiah. Perfect.
Yeah, I put that in for everybody, the URL.
Yep. You'll see exactly how it works if you just go check that out.
Okay, perfect.
Good feedback. Okay, so Stephen, the last gift we want to give you as part of this. Ooh, look at that. I didn't even know GoTo keeps the squiggles up there. That's cool. All right, let me take that off. All right, so this is a free app called Glyphy. For those of you that that are asking me, what is it that I'm doing? This is a free app called Glyphy that allows you to build workflows, funnels, diagrams, floor maps, whatever you want. And this is what we use. There's other tools that are available as well, but this is a cool app that we use. So we haven't seen your Facebook ad, right? I'm assuming that's the next thing you're going to do. We just critiqued your lead magnet, and we just critiqued your strategy session application form.
Right.
The thing that's missing, and I know you know this, are the emails, right? Is how do you build that trust sequence? And that's what the next assignment is for you, is to build that trust. And I'm going to divert to Michael on this. Michael, with your experience in building trust with consumers who are so distracted, who are going, they're filling out forms on 5 different sites and contacted by 11 different agents or advisors, what have you seen works in terms of a trust building sequence?
Sure. One is make the first one immediate and give a lot of additional value. You gave value with the downloadable report, so that first email they get is the link to the downloadable report, right? Or the downloadable report as an attachment. Even in that email, add something else. P.S. just for downloading this, I'm also going to teach you this other tip. Click here, right? And then so one is deliver additional value in addition to the report for the first one. The next is in every email, add additional value, because there are a lot of people that will open your emails and read them and take no action. And if they read every one, they're learning. You're also educating them. So you're educating them on why you should be the right choice. So let's say I open up and I go through email 1 through 5 or 6. I've now learned 5 or 6 things about financial planning. I've also learned 5 or 6 reasons why Stephen is the guy I want to talk to. So when you finally do get a hold of me, I'm more inclined to take your call than I would at email 1.
Right.
So don't make the mistake that some people do, that the email is all about getting them to click or call you. The email is also about educating them. So when you call them, like, oh yeah, Stephen, man, yeah, you're the guy. I've been reading those newsletters. I've been reading your tips. How do I implement them? Or do I have to talk to you to do this? Or how do I get set up?
Gotcha.
So make sure you're delivering value with every single email.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on that one, Ben? I know you guys are working on some warm-up scripts as well.
Not specifically on that, but what we're trying to do is educate. So our strategy that we're kind of moving into is moving away from being a generalist into a specialist and niching down. And then, so for example, we're working with our Dump You clients to identify some niches, like some career fields, think of it that way, that their best clients have been in, where they've gotten great results. They understand the problems that those pre-retirees or whatever it is, whatever group you try to go after, you can go even further and say, I want to help teachers that want to retire. I want to help doctors that want to retire, and specialize in that way, because it's really easy over time for you to just know what their problems are and how you can, building that trust should be accelerated, way faster when you can communicate to them about their specific field that they're in, right? And so the video is great, but additional educational content, and if you've got some guides that are geared toward their career field, like how to help teachers retire faster or better, stories, right? That's another good one.
Yeah,
you got to give a ton of value before you jump into, in my opinion, asking them to commit to the marriage or
sure.
down with the parents, which is really what a consultation is. It's a big leap for a lot of people, I think.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Another thing you can do, I actually think this is a great tactic for your welcome email, is after you've welcomed them, you've delivered that thing you've promised, and maybe you've given them some additional value, you can ask them a question in the email that is going to compel them to reply. And that can actually, in the long run, help your deliverability, because it's a signal to these webmail providers that, hey, if they see that these people you're sending emails to are opening and then also replying your email, it's almost like they're whitelisting your email in that step. So it's a way to increase your deliverability and reach more people.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Good. Great point.
Awesome. Stephen, once again, you've done a great job out here, just hustling it out, man. So